Welcome back to You Asked For It, where we go over discussions, talk about things, current events, questions you guys may have. We'll give our opinions or straight facts, depending on...
Homie.
Straight facts, homie, depending on what it is. We're going to talk today about variants.
Like the Delta?
Like in the MCU multiverse?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
No.
not those variants.
Not in those variants, no.
Oh.
We're going to be talking about...
Leave a like below if you got that reference.
Coronavirus.
Oh my
Variants.
gosh.
Because it seems like they keep popping up all over the place. So now I have the history here of all of them, and Alpha was the first one. Alpha was
makes sense.
The first variant. And then the second one was Beta.
Oh. I didn't remember
forgot
Beta.
about that one.
Yeah, Beta was in December 18th of 2020. It popped up. Then there was Gamma. Which popped up.
I am so out of the loop.
January of 21. And then Delta showed up.
Okay, so all I knew about was the regular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All you hear about is like
the
regular and then Delta.
Yeah.
But there was two in the middle.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the newest one I am aware
Hold on.
And there were two other ones
after Delta?
in there. Yes. Lambda and Mu. MU. Which I don't know why they went away from the...
Okay, this sounds
what is that? Greek letters?
I think
Aren't those
these,
Beta,
Greek letters?
Delta, Gamma, Lambda.
I think Lambda is.
Mu.
Mu is not?
MU. I don't know what that is.
aren't these
And
like
now-
sororities and fraternity names?
I would have to guess that Mu is also.
Oh, maybe. But this one is not.
It's not Mushu pork.
And then,
Wuhan.
so the new one... Wow.
It came from Wuhan.
Yeah, it came from Wuhan. So where did this one come from? Is it Omicron or Omicron? It was just discovered the 26th of November.
So it was Black
2021.
Friday.
Black Friday.
Special deals going out.
The Black Friday variant. Yeah.
This is the Black Plague COVID.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what the media wants us to believe.
Right. And they're doing all sorts of stuff like when the first one came through, the previous president was still in, and he did a travel ban. He banned travel to China, he banned it to Africa, he banned it to all these places that were...
Yeah, because he was a xenophobe.
Oh, yeah, that. And now they're doing it again.
What?
Yeah, the current president also put a travel ban in.
But he's not that way.
But he's not a xenophobe.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
No.
Anyway.
For the same reasons and everything, but it's different. So anyway, that was the political touch of the program.
Well, let's get back to COVID.
Okay, is the travel ban still on?
He just put it in effect.
There's a travel ban
Recently.
in the U.S. now? I thought we just opened stuff up again.
Not within the U.S. Going to Africa.
Yeah.
And he banned where this Omicron. I'm butchering the name of this.
Yeah.
Where it's South Africa is where it's
where it started, but I heard it's already in Canada.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It's starting
In
to
the
spread
UK
around.
and
Yep.
oh boy.
So might be starting to see some travel bans happening again. But
non-racist ones.
and honestly,
I'm done. No more of that.
but what's weird about it is the original Alpha went through, and it went through my house. We ended up all getting Alpha, and then since then we've been fine. We haven't gotten it again.
Okay, do you actually know which one you actually
we
had?
could have gotten Beta or Gamma, I guess, but
That's true.
we got a version of it.
Well, when did Beta come out? Didn't you say December of 2020?
Yeah.
And you had COVID before that.
Yeah, that was November.
So you must have had.
The first.
But
the OG.
my family got COVID in December of 2020.
Yeah.
So we might have had
But
Beta.
let's be real. Just because it was discovered then or named then doesn't mean it wasn't around before that.
That's true. It could have been around.
Just when they acknowledge it. It was probably around. It just didn't all of a sudden go bloop, unless they're releasing it from the lab on those days.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No, we're not going there.
No, I'm sorry.
We're not
Sorry,
going there.
Went too far.
Yes.
All right.
But so we went through that, and then some relatives of ours ended up getting it fairly recently, and I'm assuming they had the Delta variant. And usually when you're dealing with these type of things, a variant is a weaker version of like
original.
there's the main one,
Yep.
and then all these little variants are always not as bad. Like you can deal with them. But it knocked them out. Like I was like, wow, this Delta thing might be for real.
Most people that I've heard of that have gotten COVID in the last, say, 3 months, 80% of them are that way, where it just absolutely kicks their butt for 2 weeks.
Right.
And they are down and out for the count. So I don't know. What I think is interesting about this new variant,
Now there's a new one.
this whatever, Omicron or however you say it, sorry if I'm butchering it. I think it's interesting that I've seen some reports already that they suspect this variant is going to be much more problematic for minors.
Oh, so it's going to hit the age that the other two haven't really.
Right.
Injured.
So they say.
Wow.
Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, okay? I don't buy into the whole QAnon thing and JFK Jr. is still alive and all that BS. Like, that's ridiculous. However, I do find it interesting how much they're trying to push the vaccine, period, even before this one came out, when basically, my opinion, it does nothing. It doesn't prevent you from getting it. It doesn't prevent you from spreading it. None of those sorts of things.
You could still die when you get it.
You could still die. I know people who have been fully vaccinated and still, when they got COVID, absolutely kicked their butt. So, like, did not even, lessen the symptoms or whatever they're trying to push, sort of thing, right? So I just find it interesting. Again, not a conspiracy. I'm not saying I buy into this wholeheartedly. I just think it's interesting that now the CDC and FDA and whoever's in charge is trying to, really push vaccines for minors. And a variant comes out, interestingly enough, that they say, is going to really affect minors. Like, you just have to wonder. I mean, there's a lot of coincidences going on with this whole COVID thing since it began, at the end of 2019 that just make you scratch your head. Like, I wonder what's really going on. I wonder if it's as bad as the media makes it out to be. We've all seen the video clips of, I think that some Illinois health official was the first one to say it publicly, but listen, if you die from some other cause but have COVID when you die, we're going to mark it as a COVID death. Well, wait a minute, man. That screws up everything. How do we really know what's going on, how deadly this thing really is, how serious it is? Is it just another flu virus going? I have no idea the answer to those questions, but I didn't even know about half those variants you talked about. I just thought, number one, Delta, and then this new one. Turns out there's like twice that many. My thing is, like, when are we just going to get back to life? When there's always going to be illnesses. There's always going to be sicknesses. You know what kills way more people than COVID? Heart disease. I don't see anybody banning McDonald's and fried food and all. Like, how come we're not all up in arms about that, but we're losing our minds, it seems, as a world about COVID?
Yeah.
Like, I am just so sick of everybody treating this like an isolation tactic. And yes, like, if you are sick, you need to stay home.
Which you should be doing anyway. That should have always been the thing. I don't feel good. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to go to work.
No,
I just threw up last night. I need to go to church tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, please don't come.
home.
Like, if you are sick, you need to stay home. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family. Spread love. Don't spread germs. Like,
it sounds like a 1970s Flower Child poster.
I'm just trying to add love to the.
Is that going to be a new plaque on the wall? Yeah. Spread love, not germs.
COVID is never going to go away. It's here to stay.
COVID is just a name. It's just a virus.
It's just, and it's just going to keep, as our bodies learn to not accept that version, it's going to morph into something else. And that's what viruses do. And it will always continue to do that. And so we need to figure out how to live in a world with it. We've learned somehow to live with each other. We need to learn how to live with this virus too.
Well, we kind of learned how to live with each other. There's still a lot of people who can't
That's true.
live with each other.
Right.
And we need to accept each other and like keep living our lives and stop living in fear. I'm so sick of the fear.
And there's two things with that with this whole COVID thing, all of it. Now all the variants.
There's more than two things.
Well, the two major ones for me are one, the media has played this thing out like it is the next plague, and that's
for sure.
where everybody's fear comes from. It's like, I've heard such horrible things, and there's people all over the world dying from this thing, and it's spread super easy. I remember when this thing first started, it lives on stuff, you can't touch anything, and then nope, doesn't live on anything, never mind that. And like, they had no idea what was going on. And I think that worked in, if they're trying to spread fear, I think that worked in their favor. It's like, we don't really know what this thing's doing.
Oh, sure.
So we don't know exactly. We're just going to say, don't do this. Okay, well, that's fine to do. Well, maybe it's not. Even though wear a mask, you don't need a mask. Oh, now we need to wear 2 masks. Like, it's a confusion tactic.
For sure.
And then the other one is, it became so politicized. And that was the other part of it, is like,
Very
this,
much so.
I mean, or it was last time getting political. We got when it came out in 19. So from the last year that our previous president was in office, more people have died.
You can say Trump.
Since.
It's not.
Oh, I don't want to get banned.
Oh, great.
You say that now you wrecked it. Okay.
Away.
So when Trump was in office, the amount of people that died under him from COVID, supposedly, was here. And now, since he's been out of office, the guy who said, I've got a plan, he doesn't have a plan, I've got a plan, the deaths are up to here now. I mean, it's not even been a year.
No,
you
right.
know?
Yep.
So those are the things that it's like, I don't know. It's the politicizing of it, and it's the fear mongering that it really just.
I get very frustrated with the mixed messaging coming from any medical teams on this. I was listening to some medical person. I don't even know who they are, but it was on the radio, and I made my husband turn it off. I'm like, I cannot handle this. Turn it off. He said, and this was just like 2 weeks ago, he said, number one, if you have a close contact with somebody, you need to quarantine if you're not vaccinated. That's the only time you need to quarantine, is if you're not vaccinated and you've had a close contact. If you are vaccinated and you've had a close contact, you can keep on living your life.
Well, but wait a minute. Vaccinated people can still spread it.
And get it.
But that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
And if you get COVID, because callers were calling and asking questions, if you get COVID, how long do you need to quarantine? He goes, no, quarantining is just for people that are unvaccinated that have close contact. Excuse me.
So even though you can still spread it, as long as you got the shots, then go out and spread it all you want. Who cares?
He said you really should like stay home and, like keep to like just your family and like try not to, be out and about. And the person said, well, when can I go back to work? And he goes, well, that depends on what your employer's policy is. Well, where are the employers supposed to get these policies? If you're a medical professional trying to give advice to the employers, he goes, I don't know, like 10 to 14 days, since your first symptom. This blows my mind.
I've seen videos.
I cannot handle
where
this.
It's advertisements they put on YouTube or whatever before you get the thing, or just on websites of doctors, right? Medical professionals urging you to get the vaccine, and like, look, here's so-and-so, and they work at this hospital. And I've seen videos. Somebody put a video up where they compared 2 ads from 2 doctors that were the exact same script. Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, what can you even believe anymore? The media from MSNBC to Fox News, both sides is just a fear-mongering machine. That's fear sells, and that's what they keep pushing. It's just what angle are you going to take on fear? Either COVID's going to kill you or the government's going to kill you or whatever, whatever it is sort of thing. Like, when can we just, especially for those of us who are Christians, when can we just, regardless of what the government says, unless, we submit, unless it's sin, when can we just get back to living our lives as normal people? If they say wear a mask, like, fine, whatever. But, like, can we not live in this fear? Omicron is coming, and oh my gosh, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be end. Now I got to get my 37th booster shot and all. Like, can we just be rational people? Let's use our brains a little bit. Let's stay away from people if we're sick. Let's take extra precautions if we've got underlying health conditions. And then let's just live life, boost our immune system the way they're supposed to work, and just get back to, like, I've had it up to here with all this stupid COVID stuff that comes. It's just a virus.
It's just a virus.
That's scientifically true. It is just a virus. There have been other COVIDs before this. We just didn't call them COVID, and the fear-mongering machine didn't label it COVID. So, like, come on. Come on. And like I said, especially for those of us who are Christians, like, can we not live in fear? Can we be
almost took the mic out there. Whoa, okay.
Loving and kind towards one another?
Right.
And can we not judge people based on their vaccination status?
That's something I was going to bring up is the vaxxed and the non-vaxxed.
Yes.
And just because someone doesn't get the vaccine doesn't mean they're an anti-vaxxer.
No, absolutely not.
There are plenty of people that got the vaccine that are anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
That too, which blows my mind. Okay, if you're, let's not even get down that.
But if they're holding a carrot over you and it's like, I want to do that, but you got to get vaccinated to do that.
Or this Minnesota thing where they're offering minors a $200 gift card. Like, come on, man, that is just shady right there.
Right. When is the government ever given you something for free? Or incentivized you to get it.
Incentivized it with free beer and free Xboxes and free McDonald's
free donuts.
And come on, man, if you really cared about health, this would not be going on.
That's not what you're doing,
give me a break. There's too many things about this that don't add up.
There's too many questions. But like I said, there's vaxxers and non-vaxxers, right? People that have gotten it and people that haven't. And I think at this point, it's safe to say it's been out long enough. Everybody knows that the shot is there. If people were going to get it, they would have gotten it by now.
Absolutely. Or at least, like, I might get the vaccine someday. I'm not anti-vax. I got all the vaccines when I was, it wasn't my choice. When I was a kid growing up, we've given both of our girls all, like, the, 0, whatever to school age you need. All of that stuff we do. No problem, because it's been around long enough. We've seen there's not any long-term side effects. I don't personally get the flu vaccine just because I never have. I don't really get that. Like, I don't see a benefit for me. But I'm not scared of it.
It's actually not a vaccine.
Okay. They call it
it's a flu shot.
The flu shot. Okay, so I don't get that. But I am very hesitant to get this COVID vaccine because I don't know what the long-term... It hasn't been around long enough.
Right.
The fact that Pfizer wants to hide all of their records and be indemnified for like 70 years or whatever it is, like, nope, that's a red flag. I'm not doing that.
Right.
The other thing is, a friend of mine pointed out to me when they first started calling it a vaccine, it's not actually a vaccine. A vaccine makes it so you cannot get it ever. This is not a vaccine. This is just like a flu shot. And this particular individual gets very annoyed by people calling it a vaccine. And she's like, can we just call it what it is? It's just a shot. It is just to help you and your body hopefully not get it as bad.
We think.
Yeah.
Right.
We think if the people making them are honest, that's what it is.
Right.
I just have unanswered questions about that right now.
It's not like the smallpox vaccine, where you get the smallpox vaccine, you do not get smallpox.
Right.
That's off the table.
I heard that might be coming back though.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Was it Bill Gates?
Yeah.
Said something about smallpox might be coming back. Like, again,
How does he know?
I just have questions.
How does
Well,
Bill Gates
the fact of the matter is there are illnesses, and there always will be illnesses. There are diseases that they find every day.
Yeah.
You know, people want to say, why are there so many like childhood, like you have the autism spectrum and all that other stuff too.
Yeah.
Well, it's not to say that it didn't happen 50, 60 years ago. They just didn't have a name for it.
Yeah.
There's
I think
some
one of
that
my
stuff
family
too.
members who's close to 80 definitely has autism or Asperger's somewhere along the spectrum, but he's never diagnosed.
Right.
And who knows, was, the whole thing out there, well, it's caused by vaccines. Okay, I don't buy into that. I don't believe that at all.
There's
But-
probably environmental facts, and
but
we're not going to
maybe
get into
there's
that.
some of
we're
that.
dealing
Maybe
with
there's
this
the
other
fact
issue,
that we've been feeding our kids McDonald's French fries, since they were like, there's probably a lot of reasons why we see a lot more issues in kids today.
Yeah, they're pumped full of preservatives.
Chemicals from day one.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many kids are growing up on formula?
Yeah.
And I know there's some legitimate reason. Okay, don't hate me if you give your kids formula, but like,
Okay, but even natural stuff, like you are still ingesting. Like the mom
but
is
yeah,
still
if the mom
ingesting.
takes something and then
Right.
Yeah.
feeds naturally, well, guess what's getting passed on?
Yeah. So,
Natural
you know?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's been a little filtered by the mom's body, but not much.
So I mean, let's be real. We live in a fallen world. Ever since Adam and Eve, this world has gone downhill,
Yeah.
and it's not going to
And it's
change.
going to continue to go downhill, and we just got to figure out how to live in a
Right.
fallen world. And
Yep.
And we have to trust that God is God, and He's there for us, and He's not going to forget us because He hasn't.
circle back.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to live in less fear about COVID, just shut off your TV and
Facebook.
unfollow everything from Facebook, and don't look on social media, and just enjoy life with your neighbors and people you know, and you will be just fine. I guarantee.
Yep.
Absolutely guarantee.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for
there's
joining us.
Omicron.
That was positive. We had politics. We had current
something for
events,
everybody. Little conspiracy theory.
theories. Oh man, we had everything in this one.
Nice.
The hate mail can go to this one right here.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Dave
no.
runs the show.
No, I don't. I run nothing. I'm running out of here. So thanks again. We'll see you next week.